Hello, welcome back to my video. Today we're going to be talking about sleep maxing. First, I've been trying to sleep max for my past months now, and I failed every single time. I tried a bunch of other methods that Dr. Andrew Huberman said in his podcast with Chris Williamson, a bunch of other stuffs, the moving your eyeballs, 360 before sleeping, slowly side to side. Different methods didn't work. More like they do work. I have a theory. I do have a feeling that they do work if I do it thoroughly, but you end up with it's kind of hassle, like you don't want to do it. Maybe like I could just get to sleep early today, but you end up like doom scrolling, or in my case, as I said before, I uninstalled Instagram on my phone because I doom scroll way too much, especially at night. It's really difficult to fall asleep. I I think my theory about that is that I think we all need some kind of um, we need to like get out of that. How do I say? We need to use all energy we have before getting to bed. If not, like if you have something left in your gauge, let's say, then you start overthinking about stuffs. I just have so many concepts, like video concepts, video ideas that I wanna just yap about, just blabber about, and ended up talking about sleep maxing or yeah, just sleep maxing because I felt like that's been a kind of a problem in my daily life lately. So about sleep maxing, it's literally about you sleep early, consistently every single day around same hour. Let's say I sleep at 9:30 to 10:30. I wake up at 6 to 7. Yeah, that's just the whole idea of sleep maxing, prioritizing sleep above everything. And I did succeed for a couple of weeks, but not like consistently enough that I can call myself a sleep maxer. I don't know if that's a word though. Yeah, so I tried hot milk method. What our parents tell us every single day about like if you can't get fall asleep easily, like drink some like hot stuffs, warm stuffs. It didn't work, and I think I have a plan today. Is that wake up early, raise your cortisol, just like Dr. Andrew Huberman said, get exposed to sunlight, as much sunlight as possible in the first hour after you wake up. And then what I'm gonna do later is go to the gym, even if I have today's my rest day. Today's supposed to be my rest day, but I'm just gonna hit just like 4 sets of abs. Don't think that'll be a problem. No, I I'm sure I'll be fine even after doing some extra sets in my rest day. So after that, do my eat my usual stuff, my routine, follow my routine, and at the end, I'm gonna do literally every methods that I know about sleep, like sleeping early as possible, or like as fast as possible. Eyeballing method to warm water since I don't have milk anymore, my place. And yeah, that's pretty much it about sleep maxing. And I genuinely believe that you'll only get positive things, like only get benefits from sleep maxing. Like no matter a what kind of occupations you have, or professions you have, or no matter like what situation you are in, if you sleep, like even if you can actually like sleep longer than you're sleeping right now, the time you're sleeping usually, let's say you can't sleep longer than 5 hours a day, which is terrible in my opinion. I see it as a really bad. It's gonna bring like all the bad health issues, I think. Um, Even if you're sleeping only 5 hours, try to sleep at around 9 to 10, and then wake up what, 3 4, is it? I know it's not possible for most of people, like, like when we get, even if when we are tired, like when we are physically tired and we our body wants to go to sleep, but our minds keep overthinking, over stimulating our brain into picking up a bunch of our stuffs. And the weird thing, like a theory that I have, is that when you want to sleep, like when you can't fall asleep, but when you want to, when you want to like fall asleep, especially when you're not doing any kind of screen activities, you're just like lying on your bed, um, eyes closed, but you can't fall asleep because of like bunch of stuff like just talking to you, noisy. A friend of mine said silence is the loudest. I completely agree with that. It's the loudest noise that you'll ever have throughout the entire day. So my plan is, I know how it works, but it's really hard to pull it, like execute it, let's say. So when you imagine stuff, try not to try to like mute it. Like even if you're thinking about tomorrow, like what if what I'm gonna do tomorrow, or things that you've embarrassed yourself in the public a couple of weeks ago or years ago, try to imagine those sins or whatever, but without any kind of voice or sounds. If you actually try it, you'll realize that it helps a lot to fall asleep, but at the same time, it's not easy. It's not as easy as you might think right now. Like just try it this night. I promise it works, but it's hard. Like even if knowing this method, I fail so many times sleeping early, or like said, sleeping as fast as possible. So try to imagine stuff. Just like those old movies without sound. I think that's a really good example. So yeah, exactly. Just um, I usually just try to like mute myself, like this kind of voices coming in, and like, oh, I should like record myself talking about this tomorrow, or like I should like sleep early still, like all those like kind of like voices. Just try to mute them and focus on, not focus, like just, it's very shapeless. Once you lose the voice, once you mute yourself in your mind, things get very shady, obscure, um, like shapeless, I'd say. So it helps you to sleep faster. I suppose. Like it's just my opinion. I've never seen or watched anyone talking about this, so I wanted to give this some kind of tip. Yeah, and I watched myself talking yesterday, a minute and a half video. It was awful, obviously, but I'm just gonna keep doing what I said without any kind of preparations or scripts. I'm just gonna yap about a specific topic, or maybe just gonna digress. But it's my second, like first 100. I'm sure there'll be so many errors and issues with my the way I move my face, or the way I talk, the way I set the camera in the first like hundreds of videos. So I'm just gonna keep on going, pressing on. Maybe I'll upload a couple of more videos per day if I feel comfortable enough. But yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.